people spoke with very bad Scottish accents. Very bad. There was a mighty king who ruled over the nation of Israel. Now he was a mighty king.
A mighty king!
A mighty king! He ruled over the nation of Israel. His name was Saul, but storytellers from the old country simply call him Caveheart. He was strong. He was a little stronger than that. He was head and shoulders taller than any man in Israel. He spoke with a suspicious Scottish accent. In fact, when he wasn't busy being king, he would practice speaking standard Scottish phrases with an accent, like, "Aye, bonny lassie."
Aye, bunny lassie.
And aye, 'tis a lovely morning.
Aye, 'tis a lovely morning.
That's a cool kilt you're wearing, dude. And the cold, it never bothered me anyway. In many ways, Saul was a great man with many gifts, but he had one serious problem. Well, two, counting the accent. He was not willing to fully give himself to God. Sometimes he was very serious about his commitment. Very serious, yes. He would pray to God on behalf of his people. He would pray earnestly. Other times he was so divided in his heart that he raved in his house. Rave, he would scream. Ah! He probably rolled around on the floor. All right, if he couldn't do that, at least he could foam at the mouth a little bit. His servants worried about him so much that they brought in a minstrel to play music and soothe his mind. The minstrel played and sang Saul's favorite Scottish tune, "My body lies over the ocean." My body lies over the Sometimes Caveheart would clap and they would sing along together. Other times he would weep like a baby. Still other times he would rave with anger. One time he even threw his spear at the minstrel. Yeah, that was right in the middle of the song, "Pass It On." The minstrel dodged the spear, as you can see, and just kept on singing. It only takes a spark to get by a only takes a spark. And O'Donnell's helped him out. And soon all those around would walk to its glory. Well, none of us can sing, all right. One time, Caveheart was on the battlefield, encamped with the army of Israel. He majestically looked over the battlefield. He furrowed his brow as he thought of his people. And he waggled his eyebrows. His people were sitting near him. These four of them. They were sitting near him on the ground in the cold, dark ground. They were warming their hands around the campfire, singing "Kumbaya." Then one of them started singing "Pass It On." But Saul gave him a dirty look and reached for his spear. So he stood there giving them the dirty look and gazing majestically over the battlefield at the same time. That's when he announced the bad news. "People, we've been attacked by an army of Philistines." He said it loudly. "People, we've been attacked. People, we've been attacked." Scottish accent. tails. I fear they will attack, he said. We're history.
I fear they will attack. We're history.
But the people around him, they kept singing Kumbaya with much more feeling now. They swayed back and forth as they sang. Then, everything around the campfire was hushed. No swaying, no kumbayaing. For Samuel, the prophet of God, had arrived with a word from the Lord for Saul. Saul, she said.
Saul.
No, she said it in a Scottish accent.
Saul.
It was no wonder the Scots hated the British. Saul, she said, your history.
Your history.
You've been surrounded by the army of the
You've
Philistines.
been surrounded by the army of the Philistines.
Those around the campfire started singing Kumbaya again. Then Samuel gave Saul some very important instructions. The Lord will give you victory.
The Lord will give you victory.
But you must do as I say.
Then what? You must do as I say.
Do not fight the Philistines until I offer a sacrifice to the Lord.
What he said.
And with that, Samuel the prophet mysteriously left the camp. Mysteriously. For 7 long days, Saul and the army of Israel waited on God, surrounded by the Philistines who were edging closer. Should have some Philistines. With your feet. Edge closer. Thank you. There we go. By this time, the people around the campfire were on verse 35,647 of Kumbaya. They were fatigued. They were singing, someone speaking Scottish poorly, Lord Kumbaya. Now Saul, he was twiddling his thumbs. How do you twiddle your thumbs? He twiddled. He rubbed his head a little bit. He rubbed his head, cracked his knuckles. Made a popping noise with his finger in his mouth. Popping noise. They waited 7 long days and Samuel still hadn't come back. Singing Kumbaya. And popping their knuckles and things like that. Finally, no Samuel came and Cavehart could take it no more. He screamed out in his bad Scottish accent, we can't wait another day!
We can't wait another day!
No, that was Cavehart.
Wait another day.
We've got to attack those Philistines.
We must attack the Philistines. Now.
They quickly ordered the people around the fire to prepare a burnt offering, just as Samuel had said. They started preparing. They didn't knock the microphone over. And then, against Samuel's instructions, Saul offered the sacrifice himself. A fatted pumpkin. He said the ritual words, red are the roses,
Red are the roses.
wild are the gales,
Wild are the gales.
please keep the Philistines
Keep the Philistines
from kicking on. No sooner had he offered the sacrifice than Samuel strode into camp. Strode, looking menacing. Yes, very menacing. Everyone stopped moving. No twiddling, no singing, total quiet as they looked at the anger on Samuel's face. And frustration, anger on Samuel's face, yes. He grabbed Saul by the arms. He said, what have you done?
What have you done?
I mean, what have you done, laddie?
What have you done, laddie?
Saul replied, Your Honor, the Philistines had us surrounded.
The Philistines had us surrounded.
My troops, they were starting to desert.
Troops.
Yeah, sick of kumbaya!
I was sick of kumbaya!
He started to sob. Through his sobs, he said, I forced myself to offer the burnt offering.
I forced myself to offer the burnt offering.
Samuel looked him straight in the eye. Menacing, as I said. Do you think the Lord wants your phony worship?
What?
Do you think the Lord wants your phony worship?
Do you think the Lord want your family worship?
Your fake worship, the fake worship.
Fake worship.
Do you think he wants you to be religious or obedient?
Religious or obedient?
Do you think he even likes kumbaya?
Do you even think he likes kumbaya?
When they heard that, the people around the fire started humming My Body Lies Over the Ocean. Saul hung his head in shame. He had to take off his white hat. He knew that he had been a fool. God would have protected Israel, but Saul had grown impatient. Instead of keeping his eyes on the promises of God, he watched the Philistines surround him. Instead of obeying God, King Caveheart caved into the crowd. It paved the way for the young minstrel, David, who would become a great king and the ancestor of the greatest king of all. Please give him a hand.